What is up, everybody? Thanks for checking out Hunt Shoot Live. Got a flashlight from a company called Brinyte. I have done a few reviews for them and have been very well satisfied with their hunting lights, and this one is no exception. This is the Brinyte T18 Artemis. Pretty standard. In my opinion, it's got all the features that I like. Some of these companies give you like the flip switch where you can change the LED that's in it. The T18 Artemis actually has my preference. It has the interchangeable LED modules that you can put in this. Now this is a fully zoomable flashlight, so you can go into floodlight mode all the way out, or the more you crank it in, it goes into a tight spotlight sort of feature. I'm going to show you some film from the field with that here momentarily, but it comes with red, green, and white LED modules that you replace. You just screw off the top portion right here, pop that module in, put your other one in this nice padded container. It comes with these containers that have padding in them to hold your extra modules. Very simple process to change out a module. Let's just do that right now, I guess, while you're watching. You just pop that top off. Here's your module down in there. Let me zoom up. There's the module sticking up. You just want to unscrew that. I've got the red in right now because the red is what I use for hunting situations. So I'm going to set that down. Well, I'm just going to put the red in because that's what I like to use. But screw it back in. If you were changing it out, it would be a different one. Super simple. Screw that back on. Takes absolutely no time to change those modules out, and I like that. Some of those other flashlights from other companies that I've used that have the flip switch where you can switch between the colors in a hunting situation. We're trying to call animals in, and I'm trying to hit, hold and scan and zoom and all that kind of stuff, and I have turned it from red light to white light while I'm trying to call an animal in. I hate that. Some people say the white light doesn't bother animals as bad. Thankfully, when I did that night, there wasn't actually an animal coming in. But just for that reason, I prefer these separate modules, and the T18 Artemis certainly has those different modules. Now this has the 21700 lithium-ion rechargeable battery in it, so that is bigger than your common 18650s. This one is included, and it also includes your Type-C charging cable, and the port is right on the side of these 21700 batteries. Has about, well, it depends on which color you're running. The green runs the longest. They're advertising that to run about 7 hours. The red runs almost that amount, we'll say 6-ish hours, and the white lasts for about 3 hours of continuous run time. Now here is an included remote switch. Really the thing that the remote switch does is, of course, you've got your on-off button on there, but you can dim or brighten the light with the remote switch. You can't do that if you're only using the light itself. Now I can turn the light on, and I can, that zooms it into spotlight mode. I can tighten it up and zoom it all the way into floodlight mode. Turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. If I want to dim or brighten, you have to use the remote switch. It's got that sticky glue on the back if you wanted to attach that to your weapon. Or I guess if you wanted to attach it to the light itself, not that you would want to do that. There is a different type. This isn't a Type-C charger. It's a different charging port for the bottom of this. This is a rechargeable internal battery in your remote, and it's included as well. The benefit of brightening and dimming, I guess, is if you're sometimes with the red lights, when you're scanning, because you're really trying to catch that eye shine, you can dim it and catch the eye shine, and then as you're ready to actually take a shot at the animal, you would want to brighten that up. I personally won't use that and wouldn't find that useful in a hunting situation, because what I do is when I'm using a light like this, which this is one of my favorite style of night hunting lights, I put the floodlight on whenever I'm scanning. And as the animal is coming in, we're getting ready to take a shot, I'm going to tighten that in to the spotlight. So that brightens it up and tightens that beam, where the floodlight just casts more of a broad beam of light that's also not as intense. So your intensity is certainly changing as you crank that down and zoom in to that spotlight mode. So the switch is included. I won't use it. It also includes a couple extra O-rings to slap on this as you're taking this on and off if you change your modules out a whole lot, and if it wears your O-rings out. So let's look at some different footage of this from the field. Here's the white light test. That is flood. Focusing in with the spotlight. I've got the target there at 60 yards. We'll go on up to 80. And that target that's falling over there is at 100 yards. And way back there is 165 yards. That's an 8-inch gong and a 3-inch gong. So that works really well out to those ranges with the spotlight. Obviously, we zoom out on that spot. And then we increase that out to the flood. So the white is very bright. That's why it lasts less. Very intense. Floodlight with green. Some targets here close. 30 yards. Zoom in. There is my 60 yard. 80. 100. 125. And 165. At the green. Back out to the flood. And the red, but this is at 30 yards. There is 60, 80, 80 yards, 100, 125. Actually, that red's doing really good. 165. And if this was catching eye shine on an animal, of course it'd be even brighter. Good performance. My final thoughts on the Brinyte T18 Artemis. As I kind of alluded to earlier, this meets all of the criteria from my favorite hunting lights. I absolutely would use this. The lights that I already use are very much identical to this. I don't think I would have the Brinyte lights that I've used before have been durable. I've used them in hunting situations. I've had no problems with those. Those 21700 batteries last for a long time. There's no problem with that. I mean, I don't really have a complaint about this particular light. I will use this. I would recommend using this. It meets all the criteria for what I want with it. I prefer red when I'm night hunting. I'll keep that red LED in there. It's got range. There's only one other light that I could think of that maybe performs a little bit better than this, and it's that I won't mention it. You can go back in my product reviews and type in, light reviews or something, you'll find it. But because I've done a lot of these, I don't want to overshadow Brinyte here. But of all the lights I've reviewed, this one is really good, and there's only one that I can think of that probably does beat it out, and that's the one that I keep mounted on my weapon. But this is great. I mean, you will be able to positively ID and zoom in on an animal and take an ethical shot out to 100 yards at least at night in the pitch black with this thing. Most people consider, there's not a whole lot of people that even have places to hunt where they're shooting further than 100 yards. So, great light. I'll put a link in the video description. I'll pin one in the comments as well if you guys want to follow this on over to Brinyte's website. But the Brinyte T18 Artemis. Great light. Appreciate you guys checking out Hunt Shoot Live today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out all of our other playlists, our hunts, long range shooting, all kinds of stuff. God bless you. We'll catch you next time.